Yeah. Action. Tonight I was at the Golden Gate Heights Neighborhood Association, and I did something a little different. I went into the room and didn't really know what I fully wanted to say, so I thought I'd sit down and I created some of my own ideas on this napkin. And as you watch the video that I did, didn't really get the true or the full essence of what I was really saying because the room was kind of looking at me like, well, you just shut up and sit down. So anyway, what I want to do is take the time right now and read to you my what if solution in my own utopian way if we had a honest and a just and a fair society. So, and this is regarding, again, San Francisco Board of Education and the school district and just the citizens of San Francisco. So I wrote, what if we were to create a draft pool for all of the teachers? This would create a better parity for the district. So when I talk about creating a draft pool, if we think about what NFL or the sports franchises do when they, people are coming out of college, they rank, they put in drafts and things of that nature. So if we were to take the schools that were on the bottom and the best and the brightest teachers that was coming out that year, they got assigned to those schools in some kind of draft because, again, we have to think about wrapping our hands around the schools that's at the very bottom in order to raise them to the top, and I believe that's the way that we can create a better parity. My next one was, what if we were to bring our district into the 21st century? We have to keep in mind that the district that we're currently under, or the guys that we're currently under, in theory, we're adding some of the 21st century or 20th century models, but we're still basing that on 1800s philosophy and understanding of how you would educate people and families and children here in cities throughout the country. So if we move it into the 21st century, because it's no longer just us as a locale, as a city, because now we're in a global economy and we're competing against people throughout the world. And we are, again, in the fight for our lives against China and India and places like this, who's not really dealing with diversity index or school segregation or school integration or things of this nature. So they're just able to focus on the sciences and the technologies and move forward. Who cares if your child attended a public school, charter school, private school, or even a vocational school? What if we believed in all our children? What if we raised all of our expectations of not only our children, schools, and adults? What if? Could you just imagine what our schools would look like, what our country would look like, what our society would look like? A lot of people are in the race speaking about closing the African American achievement gap. We're here in San Francisco. Our African Americans and our Latino Americans are the poorest of the city, so therefore these gaps are never going to be closed because we have a bigger gap in class, an even larger gap in opportunity. So if we're looking to close these gaps at the school level, we need to close the poverty gap. We need to close these kinds of gaps, and we need to pour into these people's lives, pour into the families' lives and children's lives, and give them a sense of hope and value and wanting and longing, understanding that they do belong. Because, again, we're in a global economy. All of the jobs are being exported. We're going to need everybody. This is the point where it's all hands on deck. So we need you to get in there on that booth on the 4th of November, and it's still okay to vote okay. Remember, this is Omar Khalif, and I approve of this message. And if you want further information on what I've been doing throughout this whole campaign, I haven't been biting my tongue, that's for damn sure. And again, Omar Khalif is okay.org. Holla.